Good afternoon. As Jose mentioned, my name is Florentino from Micron. So one of the things that, one of the problems with a lot of hype technologies is when you start implementing it, you actually realize that there's a lot of subsystems that you never thought about that are dependent on the performance that you're looking at. Memory is one of those vital components that many customers or many companies or many of our customers have to consider kind of after the fact to some extent. But at the same time, it's really important for you guys who are designers, makers of products, understanding the technology, building the whole system, to understand what memory, the role of memory, and how it can resolve some of those bottlenecks. So today I'm going to be talking about memory. Where does that fit in the whole ecosystem of the solution? And some AI use cases that might be relevant for you as you're integrating AI concepts in your solution. All right, so the first thing to understand is that, I'm sure you've heard of it, that many of the compute-bound solutions in terms of an AI engine is now moving over to memory-bound systems. And memory-bound means that the bottleneck is now determined to be on the memory side. And the reason for that is when you look at the transformer sizes growing, and one study says that transformer sizes have grown 410x as compared to the hardware memory bandwidth that's only grown 2x. So you could see a pretty big disparity between the complexity of the model to what the memory performance can offer. Secondly, is that when you look at any kind of AI pipeline, there's always going to be some kind of overhead in the compute. So everyone's focused on the ASIC or the NPU or the accelerator model, which is great. That's all your convolutional network is moving. But for you to move the data within that model to make it run, you need external memory or memory that's outside of the compute side. So there's always going to be an overhead, either in the pre-processing side, the post-processing side, or the communications side. Even though there's a lot of talks here that have reduced some of that, there's always going to be that overhead. So external memory or memory, kind of managing the communications within memory is always going to be quite important. And thirdly, of course, there's many other considerations, is the cost. If you think about how much the DRAM, SRAM on-chip memory is, as compared to a DRAM off-chip DRAM, you'll see one of the studies show that SRAM is about 100x the cost per gigabyte. So you'll see a lot of the ASICs and a lot of the solutions out there very focused on the memory footprint that only their engine can accommodate or can saturate. But if you really wanted scalability, if you wanted flexibility, if you wanted cheaper solution, then normally you would leverage off-chip DRAM. So these are just a few examples of just how important external memory is in your AI pipeline.